How's it going, guys? It's Matt, Exploration Botanical here, back with another cooking episode. So today I'm going to show you my super protein bean fry recipe. So this is in my opinion, very simple, very cheap, delicious, nutritious recipe. And so I'm going to tell you guys what it is. So the two main things you're going to need is 2 cans of beans. I have kidney beans here and chickpeas. Chickpeas are my favorite. I either use kidney with them or black beans. You can use any beans you like. Those are the ones I like. For the veggies, you're going to need plenty of peppers. I got some sweet banana peppers here, some spicy peppers. Here's another sweet pepper. We got a little eggplant here from the garden, some tomato, 1 full onion. You're going to need some sort of nuts. Pistachios, cashews, even some almonds will work. We're going to grind these up in a coffee blender to add in later. Mushrooms are going to add some nice vitamin D, some high protein, some nice healthy minerals. You can use white buttons, or these are the more mature portobello. Shiitake will work fine. Those are the main ingredients you're going to need. The spices, you're going to need salt, pepper. Obviously, we're using walnut oil for our pan. I like walnut oil, nice omega-3s. You need paprika, garlic powder, curry powder, turmeric powder I'm using, parsley, poppy seed, and mustard seed. So that's everything you need for this recipe. When I make this, I usually, once this dish is done, I eat this with toast, or I put it in kale leaves and eat it as a taco. Basically, I just use it as a stir-fry bean filler for anything. And you'll see when it comes out, it's a really great dish. It's very filling, very nutritious. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna crack these cans of beans, and we're gonna get the pan warm. We're gonna put them in the pan, and we're gonna get the beans going first, just to simply soften them up. Beans out of the can are a little hard, so we're gonna start cooking those first, soften them up, and then we're gonna get we're gonna dice up the veggies, and we're gonna put the veggies in basically last, in the sense of once the beans are soft and ready, we're gonna put the veggies in, put the spices in, put the ground pistachios in, and the mushrooms all at once, and we're just gonna cook them shortly to keep them nice and crisp and fresh. You don't want to overcook your veggies. A lot of times people put their veggies in first, and they just get way overcooked, and then you don't have any flavor. So we're gonna put our beans in first, get them on the pan, and while they warm up and get partially cooked, we're gonna chop up the veggies and get them ready to go. So we'll do that. I'll show you how that goes. Alright guys, so we got all of our ingredients chopped up here, separated, and we have our beans a little bit pre-cooked. You can see those kidney beans are starting to burst open, so those beans are getting nice and tender. So we're going to add in our peppers now and everything else. As you can notice, there's plenty of veggies in here, lots of diversity of nutrients, guys, lots of protein. The beans and the mushrooms are obviously the main source of protein in this dish, but everything else has a little bit of protein plus all the phytonutrients in it, so can't beat that. And then finally, but not least, we have our beautiful eggplant. Get the rest in a second. Now you're just going to mix this in. Alright, so I'll show you this in a minute once we get it all mixed in. Woo-wee. Guys, man, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this thing, it just looks beautiful. See all that color? That's exactly what you want in your dinner. So, now that we have all our veggies in, the great thing is our beans are already pre-cooked, so all we have to do is lightly saute these. This is the time when you get to choose how much you want your veggies cooked. If you want more of a crunchy, bright flavor, just only saute them for a minute. Get your, we're about to put all of our spices on, so get your spices on, and then just mix it up thoroughly, and put your pistachios or whatever nuts you're going to use in, and you'll be done. If you want it a bit more cooked down, then just, cook it down to the where you want it. But either way, we're going to add in our spices now, and we'll add in the nuts that I mentioned at the very end, right before we take it off the stove, because The nuts are going to kind of balance out all the flavors, any of the sharp flavors from the spices or veggies. The nuts are going to add that creamy, kind of savory goodness. So we're going to add those in right at the end, and we're going to put on the spices now. So let's do that. Alright, so we just put in all of our spices. As you can see, I put a healthy dose. You know, all I really did was give the top layer a good dusting of each spice. That's basically how I do it. For the mustard seed and for the poppy seed, I just fill up, you know, the palm of my hand. You know, not with a, you know, huge pile, but just, you know, fill up the palm and then, you know, sprinkle it for a full pan for the poppy and mustard seed. And, you know, same with the curry powder and turmeric powder, as you can see. I put about a half as much curry as I do turmeric. I put about a full handful of turmeric in, and then about a half of curry. For my personal liking, but you know, you can also do this southwestern style spicing. The main thing is just the ingredients, understanding mixing of nutrients and getting, you know, a full amino acid protein file. You know, one last rundown for the spices, you know, in case anyone, you know, doesn't remember. So we got salt, pepper, garlic, curry, turmeric, paprika, parsley, mustard seed, poppy seed. And then we also are going to add in this pistachios. We're going to grind those up after we're just going to mix this up, let it cook down a little bit. And like I said, right before we take it off, we're going to add in the pistachios. We're going to grind up in a coffee grinder, and that'll be that. And this meal will be done. You'll get to see what it looks like. Should be exciting. All right, so you can see these are what the veggies are looking like after they've cooked down a little bit. And we've mixed all the spices in there. It's looking delicious. Pretty much almost right about there. And right here we got our pistachios. This gives you an idea of how much I'm going to use. I'm not adding too much, just really a handful to balance out the flavor, add some minerals, you know what I mean. Pistachios have lots of healthy minerals in them. Right into there, so we're just going to pulse them up real quick and then we'll add it in. Alright, we got our pistachio powder here after we ground those pistachios up. So we're just going to add that in. And like I said, this really just balances out the flavors, makes everything smooth and creamy, gives a little bit of that deep nutty flavor, especially with those poppy and mustard seeds. Oh, it just mixes really good. And guys, this is such a complete meal. You know, I usually eat this, you know, like with kale leaves and whole wheat toast, and it is just so good. You can eat a baked sweet potato with this on the side. And it's just such a complete meal. Literally 72 cents a can of beans. These veggies are all pretty cheap. I mean, this is just a really cheap, delicious meal. Okay, so I'm going to stir this in now, and you'll get to see what it looks like fully completed and served. So the superfood is complete, guys. This stuff is so nutritious. I mean, literally, look at it. It looks beautiful. Oh, you will never be nutrient or protein deficient or anything if you make meals like this. I mean, this is a complete hearty meal. I mean, it's simple. There's no animal products. It's very nutritious, very cheap to make. It literally took me 20 minutes to make it, and this is enough for, you know, multiple days, probably 2.5 days for just one person eating it for dinner. And you know, if it's 2 people, you'll probably get, you know, at least 2 to 3 meals out of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. You know, this was supposed to be an easy, cheap, simple meal for you guys. It's very nutrient dense. Like I said, eat it with some toast, eat it with a baked sweet potato, have some kale tacos with it. You will feel so energized and, you know, fortified by this meal. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is Matt, Exploration Botanical, signing off. Enjoy yourselves. Follow my page for more. I'll have more every week.